everybody, CyberKnife here. Had an interesting game this evening in my Phoenix, one of my favorite little ships. Got this thing recently, got a captain in it that gets down to that 4th level skill that throws 20% onto your range of guns that are 155 or lower, I believe it is. So that pushes this thing out quite a little bit, out to like 16.5 or so, which is really pretty good for this tier, which is going to make it basically the main reason why I'm able to stay competitive in this particular game, as you can see, being at a tier 4 with also tier 5s around. So it really does, it's no problem to deal with a tier 5 game. And in this one they had a couple of pretty decent aircraft carriers. This is my highest game as far as kills so far. So about ready to get into it here. First thing we come into contact with is the St. Louis, and accuracy is pretty good right off. That's what really helped me to have a great game here, is I had some good RNG going and some pretty good shots right up until the very end when I was shooting at a guy going diagonally to me like at 15k or something. This can be a little tough. Hard to get out in front of them and diagonal. It's a really good tip for fights. If you're ever trying to evade, you want to kind of move away at a diagonal. So we're going to start working this guy right away. Yeah, so I think we're going to pretty much exclusively shoot at this St. Louis for a little bit. I like to, once I get the guys on fire, I like to get like 2 or 3 fires working. I think everybody does that, knows enough to kind of work your fire from one end of the deck to the other, make sure you get those fires going across 2 or 3 zones if you can. So he's going to turn into me now a little bit. Yeah. Ooh. I don't know what he was shooting at there. Shnikes! Look at that. Just caught that at the last minute. I'm gonna go back into gun cam. I like to look at these better so you can see actually what your aim point is. Didn't get a whole lot of citadels in this game. This Phoenix is usually a citadel machine. So I don't know what the deal is today, but good hit so. So this guy's down to less than a quarter. And once we got that, it's pretty much just that, was that in New York over there? Yeah. I think most of these guys are shooting at the New York. I'm still trying to finish out the St. Louis. I like to work on one guy until he's gone. Got 1 fire going, maybe 2. Took his gun out. There we go. That's all 3 fires burning all the way across. Some decent fire damage there. Scratch 1. Shifted over to the New York. Still going HE. You know, some people do go AP on St. Louis, but they're just so, I don't know, chunky and fat. A pretty decent armor that I just don't get. I get a lot of 300s on it, which means you're spalling. So I prefer to. I find St. Louis's are easier to treat like a battleship almost. Holding a little too high there. This guy doesn't take too long to work out with the 3 of us here. Some torps coming in. These things have good side armor. At torp didn't do very much at all. I would say not even 5%. Yeah, he's burning stem to stern. That damage ticking off there. Oops. Must have skiffed one across that guy just behind me. Gotta get rid of that little Ayakazi. Then we're gonna go after these. Everything kind of progresses rapidly from here. I mean, this game is just like a couple minutes from being over. It's crazy. We got 2 kills. I'm gonna have some misfortune with some torps here in a minute. Not quite yet, but it's coming. I don't usually get hit by DD torpedoes. I get hit by airdrop torpedoes, and usually only when they cross-hatch them. That's tough to beat. Just beyond this is the carrier right up. I don't have XVM on right now because, or not, I don't know nobody has XVM, but you know, any mods that show on the screen where everything's at. Just had an update today, so this is just running straight stock. No mods, so you can't really see that there's a couple of aircraft carriers up on that 8 line trying to get north those little islands. There's one. I'm going to get him on fire as soon as we can. Still not burning. There we go. There's another carrier up a little farther north of him though, and he will get some planes off. Now, if you notice, this is where I'm starting to be real concerned. You look on the mini map, you see these guys. I'm aware that they're here, and I'm looking at them behind me. This is where he is. We're firing, but up and over here, we got planes coming at us. Here they are. They just did a drop, and I see that, so I'm not too worried about these. But the problem is this guy right here, out here, is going to drop. See. Now I know about those, so I'm gonna avoid these turning, but the problem is not those, the ones that are coming right at me. And then there's another set he's going to drop right now. So I beat these by going slower, but the crosshatch gets you because now I don't have enough speed to deal with. If I had a little bit more speed, I could turn in easily and defeat these, but right now I'm doing 5 knots and I can't turn, so I'm going to take 3. And that's okay in a Phoenix if you're full health. You can take 3. If you got to repair instantly, you're going to heavy flood. But so I'm not that worried about it. One more would have been a problem. So even if you can miss just 1 or 2 torps, can really end up helping you. That could have ended my game right there. So now we're just trying to get a couple aircraft for free as we go and finish these carriers. Both have their planes up, but not all these are active. The Zooey up there. Alright, so let's see what we're looking at. I'm getting ready to zoom in on this cat. Yeah. I think we're all lined up to take shots at him as soon as he pops out. There he goes. He launched his guys before he cleared. So he'll get them out if he doesn't crash. I don't know if he'll be able to launch them or not. I think he goes down pretty quick here. It's not a good place to be. It's kind of a torpedo zone. Yeah, this little DD is just going to wreck him. Yeah. I kind of stole his kill there. Didn't really mean to, but I think it ended up right after he hit. I dropped one in, and I think it took the kill. So our lucky streak continues. That's 5. Let's see if we can get a few more. So at this point, I'm just going to try to pop through that cap. I'm really looking at is the Kuma, I believe. There's a Kuma that's pretty wounded, and a Furious Taco as well. I think I'm going to go after this Nicholas first. Makes sense. Steering in a little there to get some extra shots at these bombers, but you can see our guy's just got his fighters rolling through, eating them up. I could get one more. Maybe. There we go. So there's the destroyer. light this guy up. I think he's dead in the water. And then, ba-boom. Yeah, see, my rounds got there just before the other guys, so I got the kill. Slap a 6 on it and see if we can get another one. There's a low health Kuma. It's kind of a no-brainer, but oh, then a Furious Taco presents itself, low HP and right in my bow, so I had to switch targets. And there we go, make it 7. See, we get one more, just one more. I think 7 is the record number of ships I've gotten so far at this point. So we got our guys calling for help.
Our victory is in sight.
We've got this pretty well locked down at 800 to 266, but I just want to get another kill if I can. Kind of set my record. Doing all right, 115 hits. About 7 minutes. 7 kills in 7 minutes. There we go. That Kuma's gonna get wrecked. Oh, almost. Oh, he's at 290. Isn't that tempting? Look at that. 168. Not flooding either. He's steady at 168. So whoever hits him once with anything is gonna get him. He's at 14. That's not too bad. I think I actually switch here just because he's so hard to tap. I'm going to fire at him, and you ever just get the feeling like you know you nailed him? You'll see it when I switch targets. Yeah, I just know that's going to hit him right there. I know he's done. I switched targets before it even happened. I knew I had that one. So there's number 8, and this thing is done. It's like we've only literally got another maybe 30 seconds or so, and the timer runs out. I don't believe any more get sunk. I think we sink that Phoenix. I don't sink anymore. I'm going to try to get just a couple more shots in, trying to stay alive. I hate to die on a good game, so I've got the range. I'm just out there at 12, throwing him out there. But he's going to turn down and try to get that Hosho before he goes down. So then I notice, oh man, too bad. But it's running down anyway. I think it ends right here as soon as the ship sinks. I mean, literally in 10 seconds. Let's see. Did I get any more hits? Oh, just don't have the range. Need to get higher. We didn't hit it. And that is the game. So anyway, let's check out the post-game stats. So not a bad game. 116 hits. 2 planes shot down, 2 incapacitations, 8 kills, 6 fires, and only 1 citadel, surprisingly, so it wasn't too bad. I like to look at this list here. It's a nice detailed report of everybody we sank going down there, and apparently I don't know what we did to him. Must have been secondary fire or something. I do not know. But anyway, really good game there. I hope you enjoyed watching it as much as I enjoyed playing it. CyberKnife out.